Hello, kittens. We are back, and I must say, slightly the worse for wear. And yesterday was interesting in that I had about maybe a couple hours ish from when I woke up, and then I went into the thing. Actually, they preloaded me with stuff. So after the preload, things started to gain a certain amount of fuzz, let's say. And then I went in, and I fortunately was able to lean once again on one of my dearest good friends. And so I went in, and I was in the building with consciousness for maybe 10-ish minutes or so. And then the thing took a little longer than projected. And when I got out, I either hallucinated or was examining the overhead thing. It was very curious because it looked like there was a brand name on it that I didn't expect. I didn't anticipate, and I wasn't aware that they had were doing such things. And so eventually I came around enough to get back to the chariot after a much later time than was anticipated, and I went back home, and I was gonna try to watch some, like, lately I've been watching a lot of racing game videos, like a lot of them, and not necessarily because I want to play those games, but I am looking around for racing games that, like, I need to have active racing games. And I played so much of Descenders and Wreckfest, and Wreckfest 2, just there's not enough there yet for me to devote a lot of time to it. I've done about 100 hours across, I forget how many streams, but it's quite a few. Like, I played it quite a bit, and I like where they're going with it. I saw somewhere that it was supposedly coming out in 2026. I tend to not believe that. I think it probably will be next year at the earliest, but I don't know. I'm not a developer bugbear. I don't know what they're doing. I like their games. There's other games that they have done in the past that I very much intend on playing because I missed them the first go around. But anyway, so I tried to watch some of those, and they, I mean, I'm probably guilty of this as well, but you don't get to the fucking point right away in your videos. And if you're not entertaining while you're mulling and mucking around, then it's like, okay, we'll skip. That's why I put chapter skips in when I do the produced videos, because if people aren't interested in my yammering, then, skip to whatever chapter of subject you may be interested in. I've talked a little bit recently about Totally Tubi, or Jonathan. He used to put in chapters for his videos, and it doesn't seem like he's doing it recently. And I really wish he would. I don't want to. He's a cool creator and everything, but I don't care about shit like fucking Mega Man or like he did one where it's a gigantic ball that kind of roams. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Right? Like, I don't care about Souls games. I just, let me just skip to the part where I actually care. And, I mean, make whatever video you want. I just wish he would do that, But it turned out like a lot of the videos I was watching, I just couldn't bring myself to sit through them. And then I gave up, and I'm just like, fucking, I'm going to go to bed. And that didn't last very long. Like, I don't even think I made it through a full video. So I go to bed, and I wake up, quite a bit later. And it's really unusual because 2 years ago, I was put under for something similar, and I was fine as soon as they brought me out. Like, no issues at all. I didn't need a nap. Whatever they gave me this time, it was a different combination for sure, but whatever they gave me this time, man, completely fucked everything. And it just, even when I was awake after that second nap, it just like time was screaming away from me, like just flying, and I couldn't get a handle on time. you know, like you normally get a sense for how much time is passing. I think with or without a clock. I didn't have it yesterday. It was just gone, and I was trying to stay awake, which was very difficult the last hour. I was trying to stay awake as long as I could, so I could get back to normalcy with my sleep schedule, because it was so greatly disrupted for almost all of this month. And anyway, I would sort of sleep in shifts, almost like I'd sleep and then wake up, and then either have to adjust position or hit the can or something, and then I go back to sleep for another 3 or 4 hours, and so on. And I woke up and it was like I'm still foggy. I'm not all the way back. I'm still it's gradually getting better. But I don't know what they gave me, but holy shit, that put the lights out and has kept them kind of dim since that time. And like now I can feel stuff where different body parts were very clearly manipulated during the procedure, because I've got some internal bruising in a couple spots, which is not pleasant. But hopefully this gets me back in the pink for a while, and I can, refocus on the normal stuff. That's one of the weird things, is like one of the reasons that people tell you to be thankful for your health, and your health is the most important thing. One of the reasons people say that stuff is because even if your normal seems really mundane and you take it for granted and everything, as soon as you have a fucking spanner in the works, as soon as somebody throws a wrench in the gears, like that is the thing that you now have to dedicate yourself to getting back to, that sense of normalcy that you didn't think about and that you took for granted. That's what you have. that's what you focus on. And I'm sure it was, similar to like if you get shot, injured in a war or something like that. I'm sure that is exactly what it is too, is to try to get back to however close to normal you can get to before that thing happened. And I'm not there today. Obviously, like, I'm really excited to play racing games. I would really like to play racing games today. I'm not going to, though, because racing games, like, until I'm familiar with them, I like to have some of my senses with me, so I can have just a little bit of an edge, just a little bit of control. And then, once I'm used to them, and once I've spent a lot of time, like Descenders does require precision though most of the time, but like Wreckfest, you can play that in a multitude of ways, and normally I don't play it where precision is my major focus. So, but when I'm starting a new race game, which, at this point, let me just look here and see. So yeah, I don't have anything new for either Descenders or let me just look real quick. Either for Descenders or let me just, okay, don't do that. Stop that. Okay, so Descenders or let me just see if they have any. The fuck. Um, actually, so hold on a second. So as of 3 hours ago, there is a Descenders gear challenge. Let's see what this is. Oh God. Okay, you know what? I'll see if it's on the PlayStation. I'm not going to their fucking Discord to do any of that shit. Like, it still kind of blows me away that people want to use Discord. But anyway, so the Descenders thing doesn't start till May, so I'm not gonna go there anyway. So tomorrow we are gonna go with the really oddly titled R4 Ridge Racers Type 4. And I think they're trying to like reference like, like the Type R's, some of the slightly more kitted out Japanese cars with that. So that'll be that tomorrow. But I want to save racing games for Friday nights because like I need a racing game around, but I get really tired of them quickly. And Ridge Racer, I vaguely remember playing in an arcade, but it might have been something else. I played every racing game that existed that was in an arcade cabinet during the 80s and a lot of the early 90s. And so I might have played Ridge Racer. I don't recall for sure now. Like I played easily over 1,000 games at this point. Way over 1,000. And it's just, stuff starts to run together and it gets a little bit hard to keep track of unless something brings it to mind specifically. But even that's when I'm not foggy, when my head is more clear. So I'm gonna hopefully be able to schnocker in enough caffeine here. But like my system is very drugged down at the moment. Like it feels very, very sluggish right now. So, and I was afraid that might be the case because you never know. It could have either gone like it went 2 years ago, which was back to normal almost right away, or it could go like it did when I had a different surgery over a decade ago, and it took me a bit to get out of that one. So, but anyway, in any case, today I'm trying to do a casual game today. So what I've chosen is the beginner's guide. And this, I think there was a reference to we have brightness anywhere here. This seems a little dim. A reference to, okay, it's nothing here. A reference to Stanley Parable, I believe. All right. All right, let's begin the game. Let's check it out. I thought, this will probably be pretty perfect. Please make sure audio's on. Audio's on. Okay, WASD. I can play it with a controller, I guess. I'm not going.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide.
You're welcome.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Okay.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda.
Okay.
Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff.
Okay.
And his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make.
Okay.
So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder.
Amazing.
So, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since.
Okay.
And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction.
Like and subscribe.
Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game.
Okay.
As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Okay. This reminds me of Unfinished Swan a little bit. Okay, Whisper Machines. Oh boy.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Okay. The mouse is a touch sensitive, but we'll leave it for now.
You can click to fire the gun.
Thanks. I'll do that. No gun sound effect?
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form.
What's this?
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Wait.
But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are,
Can I go in here?
rather than for what they're not.
Okay, sure.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
Can I go out the window? Oh.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
What? Okay. E firing is really weird. Secret wall? No?
Apparently this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Thanks.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting.
Okay.
The game has this narrative about the Whisper Machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the Whisper Machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Sure. Where's my gun? Oh, I don't have a gun. What if I just jump through it? What if I just jump through it? What if I don't stop? What if I just jump through it? Oh,
Let me pause here for a second.
All right.
What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying,
well, I didn't do
is
that.
Probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level.
Uh-huh.
But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Da-da-da-da-da. Oh. Oh, yep. Okay. I can't move?
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this,
stop talking
something
to him?
lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Brick wall.
Yep. In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Fuck's sake. Oh no.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Oops. Missed it. Future's always behind. Okay. How will she find the strength? Fuck, I don't know. You confront it.
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
You are now entering the Twilight Zone. Can I go this way? Oh, okay.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
This is a really interesting, curious idea.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games. I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it.
Oh, I see.
Once he stopped work on a game, that was it. It was dead to him.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
That's like an art thing, though. Like when I write stories or songs or whatever, like kind of until they're I may talk about some of the stuff while they're being developed, but once they're done, they're done, and it's on to the next thing from that point.
I know it's tempting, but there's actually nothing over here. Sorry.
I'm trying to go off the edge. But so this game I didn't know existed, and I don't know how I came across it. I think I was it might have been random where I saw something that was relative to Stanley Parable. I didn't go searching for it. I just saw, oh, this guy has made another game. So it might be in a similar vein to Stanley Parable. I don't know whether it is or not. It'd be kind of funny though if this guy actually published his buddy's work and was making money in royalties off of just this bullshit his friend had cobbled together. All right. One of the cool, I mean, Stanley Parable did this too. Like, it sort of anticipated what you were potentially going to consider doing. This one is interesting though, because I think it actually is, okay, speaking to the nature
Once you've been
art.
slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
You sure? Oh, that enter. Can't use 10 key enter. Oh my god, what is this?
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Press U to surrender. U!
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that.
Stand on X staring at a bear for 3 hours. Yeah. You construct a wall, the wall is destroyed, you're given a medal. Sharks are trying to eat you simultaneously. You're trying to eat the sharks. Hey! You fucker, I was still reading that. What the hell? This is a fish game? So why are these panels like this? How odd. Can I go through these? No? Okay.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Okay, so it doesn't seem like it does anything with that door. Nope, I can't. Well, actually, is there anything secret anywhere? Do I have an app for flashlight? Can I just go this way? Oh, I can. Okay, I can go to this point. Okay, can I go over here? So this guy actually build in anything here, or you just have this area? I guess we can just try to keep hitting E.
Alright, let me just walk you through it.
Alright.
You're gonna hit the switch on the outside to open the door, Then hit the same switch and walk through the door before it closes. You'll see a second switch on the inside, which will open the second door.
Oh, okay. Bro, I hit the switch twice. Okay. Where's the other switch? Yo, dickhead, where's the other switch? Gaslighting the game. Did you just open this fucking door? Can I no clip? Alright, so it said I hit it twice. Or wait, was I supposed to go through it when it's closing?
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Great. Fan-fucking-tastic.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Cool. Oh my god. Oh, that's Whee!
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing.
Wow.
I actually find it funny that this game comes after the stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then,
Jesus
in this
Christ,
level, a
look at
dull
this.
interior hides this fantastic outer world.
Holy shit.
Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
It is to probably turn the music down a little bit, actually. Oh no. Wait, what? Is it really? Fuck. Okay, I can't do anything with the mix. I guess we'll have to...
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually...
Wait, why are we here again? You are now exiting.
So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Sounds delightful. The Great and Lovely Descent, alright. Can I walk away from this? Kind of? So it's like there's slopes here of some kind. Interesting.
Let's talk about video game development for a second.
Alright.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Yeah. Okay, I can't get to that. That's in the way. Is okay? So we don't have the C for crouch here. How about, can we jump to that? There we go. Okay, we can't open that door. Too bad. Oh wow. Okay. So what if we fall off this? We'll find out right now. Okay, we come all the way down to this. Oh, there's invisible walls here. Except they're actually visible. Oh, wow, that's... Okay, that's cool. Can we get under the stairs? Ah, interesting. What's this? Wait, what is that? What is... Oh, it's a light. Okay. Something just opened somewhere. This looks like, this reminds me of that one section of Dark Messiah Might and Magic, which was also a Source game. Okay. We're being herded unless we can jump this. Fine. Oh, it's an elevator. What? Huh. Okay. No. Oh, invisible wall. Okay.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go.
Wow.
If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Yeah, that's
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible?
Yeah, really.
And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Okay, can we fall to the bottom here? Nope. Oh, interesting. You can't, huh? the semi visible wall. Coda is an interesting name for someone to have. I wish I could mix the audio a little bit though in this.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Alright, fine.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Oh, wow. What's this? Huh. Okay. Cool. This skylight lets in rain. I mean, this definitely is a very Stanley Parable vibe to it. Okay. Did you come up from above?
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Okay. Did you come from above? What was there? There's a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was an enormous prison I spent hours in. Yes, there were these floating colored blocks. I guess we started with the whiteness one. Let's choose one. That's the world above. You've been there. This is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. No, I don't remember to go through the puzzle. I prefer not to tell you. After all, we've only just met. Yeah, we've just met. What? But you don't understand. We are trapped here. That puzzle is our only escape. We need to get through it. You think you want to get through, but trust me, you don't. Let me describe it for you. Let me tell you all about what is over there. Alright, I will tell you how to solve it. You think you want to get through, but trust me, you don't. Let me describe it for you. Alright, sure. Talk me into it. I'll tell you how to solve it. Wonderful. Well, what is it? What's the answer? Speak to me. How to escape. Tell me how to be free of this prison. I must know. It's the most important thing. There must be an ending. What are my choices? I don't have any choices. Why do I not have choices? What? I can't. There's no choices here. Alright, well. Sorry, guys. I'm leaving. I guess. Oh, okay. Here they are again. Hello, how did you get through there? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? No, I've been right here this entire time. No, I've been right here this entire time. I suspect you go and see the puzzle sometime. It's not meant to be solved, but you can sit in the black space in the middle. What happens if I solve it? Why would I sit in the black space? Who are you? Why would I sit in the black space, sir? It's plenty peaceful. It may not seem that way at first, but you'll come to think so in time, eventually. Okay. Hey. Okay.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Oh, this looks like one of the Gmod maps. I don't remember which one.
Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, And maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer.
He made Outrun 16. I wish Outrun was still around. Wait, what about... Okay. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes are seen by other players. Oh my god. Could you imagine? Just a bazillion fucking post-its everywhere. There was some sort of technology at one time, and I haven't seen it for a really long time, but you could leave like notes, like post-it notes about websites, like attached to the websites, and then if you had the extension, like the browser would allow you to read what other people had written. And the idea being that, like, I think it didn't catch on because nobody wanted this on their website, but the idea being that you could like literally plaster a website with fucking hundreds of these goddamn little notes and then obscure the website entirely. Nice room, not okay. I can't, where do I leave notes?
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda.
How do you beat
This was
game?
actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over enthusiastic.
Oh
But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me.
Why is there so many?
And I cooled off
Jesus
eventually.
Christ. Can I go off the edge? No. Dude, there's this. What? Look at all these. Whoa, holy shit. Dude, for real. Can you guys hear me? Major Tom. Hello. Hello. Reasonable.
Feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness.
Everyone read this.
I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Fun. I'm king of the world.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing.
There are too many messages.
I could just get to know you through your work.
Why?
I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection.
Over here,
I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world.
Mm-hmm.
And then I feel less lonely too.
Yes, you say what else? Little cavern, bro. A flying penguin, huh? It's the most majestic thing I've ever seen. I don't feel like living because nothing about living is just saying this. Never want to see. I never want to see again. If nothing will ever be that beautiful again. I am crying now, plan on ripping my eyes out. I must go do that. Holy shit! Is there a bunch of these other? Okay. Good God. Okay, that's baddie. Penguin flying through the air because it went off of a jump. I mean, that's the only way that it's gonna fly, right? Okie doke. What the shit is this cavern? True. Too boring. I mean, probably. I can assure you, guaranteed, there's an aircorn somewhere here in this place, and sailors are looking for it. Dude, goddamn. Hey guys, just looking for someone to talk to. Lonely Developers Club, I refuse to believe. Cute. Butt ass butt. Dude, for reals. I need to go to the frickin' bathroom. Recognize me, please. Oh, no thing. Oh my god, there's still. Okay. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. Can I go back? What if I go back? You can't shift sprint either. It's all. What is it? Can I go back? That's an interesting question. I guess I'm gonna try that real quick. This game is it's kind of like a meditation on art and game design. Not art in game design, but art and like addition to game design. What if I go all the way back up here? Nothing? Okay, so going back doesn't do anything. I wonder if there's any achievements tied to this. This is almost the perfect game though, because it's like super casual. Like this is so ideal for my current condition. My jaw hinge is a little bit sore, so it's like not super pleasant to speak a whole lot. So there might not be a ton of commentary in this. Alright, what we got here? A free t-shirt. Okay. I need the other side door while you sewer door. How open? Open sesame. Makes game includes door. Cannot open door. Thanks. I don't know where that switch is. Not like it's here. Someday I will meet the person who made this. Okay. I help people because of the internal good feeling I get. Oh my god, there's so many. New room. You hear the chimes, they keep going. I would very much I would like very much to be desired. It's not very crowded here. Scared of writing something, don't want to feel judged. Okay. Sure. What's this one? Congratulations, I don't know where to go with this. You can go in here, I think. What does it say? Don't bother. A game where you leave notes and suddenly everyone's a poet. Cute. This is where I get off. I failed to write anything here. I am compelled. Stop, turn back, proceeding further will only result in misery. Yeah, but you can't. There's no back to go. Take my hand. Let's jump together. Dude, can I? I'm down. Okay. Guess not. Cabbage shapes our nation. Okay. What is that painting? It's very abstract. Does not matter if you ever get over there. Hey, don't talk about me that way. What? Very good game. I think this is not going anywhere. God, I can't read. Next time I will do better. I need someone to talk to. Okay. This is a note. Alright. Don't listen to the other notes. I won't. I'm not safe. You're not personally safe, or you're not safe to be around. Stop baking it. Okay. So many of these fucking notes. Okay, we can go two directions here. We can go from here. Is this talking? Huh. It almost sounds like it's a slow motion. Pss, 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 trying to call a cat over. He was himself the most horrible creature. Okay, there's okay. Well, I'm here now. Guess we're all here now. There must be a reason for it though. Probably not. Okay, what's this one? Maybe I'll feel real someday. Oh my god, dude. There's so many of these. It's about how this game is pretentious and you all suck. Devil Tower Star. Nice. This is my favorite one. Cavit shapes our nation again? I think it's about things look messy from close up and from far away. Yeah. Art. Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? Just hanging. Help, I'm trying to speak. We wall all die someday. It doesn't mean anything. Stop pretending you are other people. Who are all of you? Whoever made this has issues. Painting, what does it mean? It can just be well done, all of you. I mean, does it have to mean anything? Today I learned you cannot fall out. Yeah, true. Ethical? I saw a person walking down there, now it won't come back. Holy hell, that's a long way down. Devil Tower Star. Your back's been broken, you can't make the rounds. Tables are turned as the litany goes. Okay, okay, let's see what this one is. His terrible secret, he kept it well. I beat the game. Really? More room.
At the end of this level, we're going to see
Scared
the puzzle
of writing something? Don't
and
want
here,
to feel judged.
I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it.
Yeah.
And the puzzle is a way of closing the door
cut
on
it
a
up and
previous
spread between
chapter of his
rounds.
life before moving on to the next one.
Almost there. I have seen everything. I have traveled the world. I never told anyone. Wait, why was that going dim? It's going dim here. Why? Oh, that is really odd. Become one with the spiraling nonsense. I mean, this is downward. Keep digging.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution. He understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism.
Holy hell. Okay, here we go. Does this puzzle have a solution? Been here literally an hour. What do I do? Help. Help. Doesn't make sense. Second door won't open. How do you solve it? Developer answers, please.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get
back
to
to the
pause.
starts.
Just for a moment,
Here.
a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the
no
events
second
that led you
switch.
here.
No answer,
To step
anything.
back and connect the pieces together, to grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Oh, they make different tones. That's cool. Okay. Kind of reminds me of that Office game I played also. How do you leave notes? Yeah, no, I mean, that's right. There's a note asking how you leave notes. Oh my god. This is very Stanley Parable here. There's the signpost. Please say something. Okay. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much difficulty talking? Speak. You would have to code in a way for me to speak, I think, other than streaming this. Porn stars
this one
die
is
too.
tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Okay, there's a well at the top of this hill. Except that doesn't make any sense. That is not a possible thing. So So this is magic. Can I break the table? No. Okay. Can I turn this on? That's the door. Okay, sort of cityscape. All right. Same picture.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Which furniture ought to go in the center of the room? A giant hole in the ground, definitely. What about along the wall of the room? Let's put 10 stoves. I think we should light up this room a bit. A skylight, full ceiling window. Let's open this baby up. I'm thinking 10 by 12 recessed electric 6-inch soft LED. No. We'll put live Tesla coils. Yep. No. Okay. We'll have a lamp. And a table. You need a table. Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? Pretty sure none of my I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making any difference. Tables were invented in 1935. Well, we might as well stay consistent and keep going with the stupidest choices. So, tables were invented in 1935, which is definitely not true, but...
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Yeah.
So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Okay. Please walk forward. Okay, you can only walk forward. Okay. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Okay. Follow the instructions carefully. Take care you remember each step. First, click on this table. Why don't we click on this? Is it going to trap me here if I don't do any of that? There's a... No, it's not a switch. Wait, what do we want me to do? Click on the table? I'm going to click on the picture. I'm going to click on this. Okay, fine. Whatever. Whoa, what are these? Alright, fine. Click on the table. Okay, I will click on the photo. Turn the floor, turn it off, and then turn it on. Finally touch the shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. I don't. Why do I want to go to jail? I don't want to do that. What if I turn this? Can I turn it off? No, I don't. Fine.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Where is it? Oh, wow. Okay, so we just need to... Okay. Hello? Who's this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too? Yes, I was in the furniture maze. Yes, I was in the escape tutorial. Yep, I was in the reverse prison.
This is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind.
Let's do the reverse prison.
To get some good advice from someone who knows.
That's where I am right now.
The irony is that even in this scenario, you're
so
still
glad to know that I get out eventually. What's it like to escape?
All of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Actually, I'm ready for a game of being in prison. It's like, it's strange for the way I can miss being in prison. It feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. Yeah, it's that one. Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and then things will be exactly the same as before. No, I'm really the same person now as I was back then. It actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all. Yeah, same person. Oh no, that's awful. That's the worst thing I can imagine. Don't worry, it's actually not a bad thing, I promise. Well, you get something else in exchange. The problem is that you don't actually know who you are right now. Yeah. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Yes, I did get a call. That's how I escaped. No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? To get out, all you have to do is be sincere. To get out, you need to tell me how you feel right now. To get out, just talk with me for a bit. I guess sincere. Sure. Let's go with that. What? That will free me? How does that work? I don't know. Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Just be sincere. It will make sense. Yeah, just be sincere. Sincere about what? That's exactly what you need to figure out in order to escape. Oh, that's goofy.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games.
Okay.
After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't it be nice? I guess, yeah.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
I don't know. Oh my god, it's the long dark.
This environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Alright. So I guess we're supposed to go in there, I guess. Can I go up here?
Just so you're aware, nothing will happen up here until you've been inside the house.
Uh-huh. This is definitely very source engine-y. Okay. Oh, whoa, what's this though? Anything over here? Okay. What about over here? Okay. Alright, I guess not. This is a pretty linear game so far. Alright, what? I'm gonna see what that room is. Oh, dude, look at this! What a cool looking bed. Oh, it'd be fucking cold though. Oh, man. This would be cold as shit with all that glass. Oh, man. I mean, it's really, really cool. Well, this is too much. I couldn't deal with this in a bedroom, I don't think. Like, it is too exposed. I don't think I'd be able to sleep. Like, it's just too much. It's just, like, there's exposure on 3 sides of this. 3 of the 6 sides have exposure. It's like, no thanks. What's over here? Anything? Okay. This better not get me dinged for copyright. I'm gonna form an opinion. My goodness, I'm glad as heck you showed up. Thanks. I might have to clean this whole house. Everyone knows lonesome ants make lonely homes. Oh, all you care about is my cleaning.
Notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system. Which
Don't worry about me. A place is nice. I'll be glad to stay all night.
From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work. And this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Alright, I'll just say that. Something tells me you're gonna be fun to do this job with. Yeah, yep, I will. I don't want to clean your fucking place, dude. Well, this place can clean itself as far as I know. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? No. How do I get to the stairs? I want to go upstairs. Can I open the fridge? Can I turn on the water? I want to go upstairs. How do I go upstairs? It's a bathroom that goes into the bedroom, which is open to the hallway also. Okay, wait a minute. What's in here? Where the fuck is the staircase? Oh, staircase. Where are you? This is a really extremely odd layout. Like, the living room is okay-ish. Well, actually, I don't know. There's some weird gaps here, too. Like, what are you meant to do here? Just... These people over here... If you're on this couch, you can sit and stare at the fireplace, I guess. And I guess over here, you can just look outside. Look at how huge this fucking dining room is. Okay. Oh. Alright. The table's done. Could you please run to the bedroom and make the bed? Wait. I want to go upstairs. I don't want to go in the bedroom. He's gonna try to seduce me. He's gonna try to touch me in my bikini area. He's gonna try to touch me in the naughty place. Straighten out the rug. Dude, are you gonna do anything? Which rug? Dude, what rug? You got a lot of fucking rugs here, buddy. A cup there. Yeah, okay, I can't do anything with that. This rug here? Bro. Where's the rug? Okay, there's 2 rugs. Oh, this one? Oh, this rug. Okay. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? I definitely don't. How'd you end up doing this job? It's been a long time seeing houses messy. Okay, how'd you end up doing this job? Friend dragged me along at a time when I was particularly desperate for cash. Turns out I've never felt so good doing something for money in my whole life. Never did like cleaning my own home. I might have got some demons I ain't ready to face yet. Speaking of demons, someone's put this couch all in a mess. Would you come out and straighten these pillows here? Why are you just standing there? I distinctly saw you say help clean, not just me clean. Okay, can I just grab the cup too while I'm here? Okay. Drink by the couch, mop that up. I feel compared to share an incredibly personal insight. You okay with that? Yeah, make it especially cheesy. Make it especially cheesy. I want it dripping with cheese. No. No, it was stupid. Sorry. Never mind. Okay. The dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Dude, are you supposed to do this or am I? What the fuck, man? Last I checked, the tub needed a cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? Are you fucking... Do you do anything here other than just make a mess for me to clean? No need to be perfect. We're all just human. Are there still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf? You are a slob. I can't read any of the titles. Perfect. How about you come and clear these dishes
after
off
the intense set of prison games? This house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing.
What? I already cleaned them.
After a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just
house cleaning is so difficult
and digest inside.
How do you do it? Are all houses this season clean? Do these chores ever end? These chores ever end? Darling, let me tell you something. Whatever work you do, you have to own it. Otherwise, it owns you. You're not doing anything though, brother. So why don't we be with the task at hand and leave the future chores to future you?
I know that Coda really likes
Present you while stepped smooth the rug.
Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Would you mind tidying up a bit? How did the tub get dirty? I just fucking cleaned it. Dude, what? Earlier when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Heh. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. I get that's a weird thing to say to someone you just met. Yeah, you're right, that's pretty cheesy, but there's a bit of truth in it now. No, that is fucking completely cheeseball, dude. You should be ashamed laying that thought out of your head. Anyway, so housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Why? It's fucking clean. Jesus fuck. How do they keep getting dirty? Oh goodness.
I'm glad he made this.
Or a mess. These folks coming home to a messy couch. Dude, who the fuck keeps making a mess here? God damn it. Are you doing this? Stay out of the tub.
But, of course,
do I enjoy this?
Can't last.
Definitely
the music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
So what if I stay in the dark space? Is this dark space? Here's dark space right here. So what happens if I stay in the dark space for too long? Anything? Also, what is too long? Okay, let's do a little experiment. I have to go hit the potty real quick. I'm going to do that, but I'm going to leave this character right here, and we'll see if anything happens while I'm gone. Okay. Does not look like that was the case. Unless maybe if I watch this back on playthrough when I'm collecting footage later, maybe I'll find something, but I don't think anything happened. Okie doke. Let's go up here.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move.
Uh-huh.
I really thought that was the point of it.
Okay.
This one gets a bit goofy.
Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Can I get out of this? To get a better job. Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No, you came here to become perfect. This workshop is going to teach... How do I move? Become perfect. Okay. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Wow. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Honestly, no one. Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself? No one. Compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? No one. I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not, how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly?
About
This is
halfway through
easy.
the game,
It is so easy.
perspective
It is
shifts.
so easy. Being perfect is effortless. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? On the way to work, I told an elderly
And you
person to
play
start
as
contributing
the
to
teacher.
society.
And suddenly, you discover
should
that
not
your
follow
teacher
their
is
dreams.
just as bigoted and afraid as you are.
Can I
And
choose?
also you can move around the classroom now.
On the way, I told him to start contributing to society. Well, let me tell you right now, if it isn't effortless, it's not the right answer. I still love you. It's just that you make me feel cold on the inside. Being alone must be awful. I mean, if it's not effortless, it's not the right answer. Let's pick. Yeah, let's pick that. Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Drinking is not hurting my life. If you are torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions in your life, you're not doing it right. Here we go. Wait, can I not get up there? Oh, what's all this? Okay, hold on. Can I get up? Okay. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. She got only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? Ew, I'm developing a cyst. Gross. Jesus. Okay, so this is the only true one. That do you understand, whoever's watching this, that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. You better goddamn love me. Haha, just kidding. Not really. Anyone want to do some ecstasy after this? There is no truth. There is only pain. Ecstasy. Let's do that. What if I'm not a good teacher? Do what is easiest. Do what is simplest. Feel what is true. Holy shit. You guys, something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out. Yeah. Holy shit. Nothing. No one. It's coming for you. It's going to destroy you. Everyone run, run.
I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one
Perfection,
of the most relatable
perfection,
experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way.
I don't know anyone like that.
Miss all of the little flaws that make them
Like
painfully
not
human.
a single. In fact, I'm not sure I've ever
I
met
think
anyone
about
like
this game
that.
a lot these days. This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Is this Guitar Hero? Okay, we have a stage. We have a lot of these equipment crates This looks like band stuff. And then we got backdrops. Really pretty large stage here. There's the ladder. Can we go up the ladder? Okay. Let's go on the stage, I guess, and look around. Man, this is a really nice stage. It's really big, though. Oh, you could do a lot of stuff with this. You could do cool stuff with forced perspective. Like, you could have several rows of, let's see, we have one curtain there, we have one curtain there, we have one curtain there. So you could actually, and then the main curtain there. So you could do, like 4 layers potentially. Oh my god. Or you could just get jump scared by the lights coming on. You could do 4 rows of backdrops here. It's a gathering of professionals. First you start leaning against this wall. This is I used to hate when lights would be like the front of the stage, because like if you didn't happen to notice them, or you weren't paying attention, you could go, you know, ass over tea kettle right off the edge of the stage. I mean, you got a sense about it. That's what rehearsal and stuff is for, to get a sort of a sense for the dimensions. But you know, and then other times, this was back before there was blue painter's tape, so we would have to have just regular masking tape, and then we'd have to paint it on the floor, you know, for different marks depending on who it was that was supposed to stand where. Not every actor needed that. Like, I didn't need that very often, but a lot of them did. Good, stay right here, okay? The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. Your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Hello! Sorry, I have to leave. Where's the bathroom? We'll say hello. Hello, that's it. It's not a conversation. You actually converse with her, be a human being, do it again. So, wait a minute. Why am I asking for directions to go to the toilet? Or to, or that you have to leave? How is that a conversation? I'm super, super scared right now. I like you. Here are all my hopes and dreams. Oh my god. Oh, that's actually really funny. Let's just go with 1. I'm super scared. No, that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These look like those, these cones that bounce when you touch them represent the people nearby. I talked to her again. Okay, so a long time ago, there used to be these air fresheners that would have this sort of gel inside of them, and you would twist it open to expose the gel, and they're like bathroom air fresheners. I don't know if they even exist anymore, actually. I'm half tempted to look. These little cone things, they would come enclosed, and then you would take them out of their packaging and then twist them to expose like the gel, which looked kind of like this color here. Sometimes it was green, and then you would just let it sit there, and it was supposedly, you know, supposed to cover up the shit odor and whatnot in the bathrooms. You must have worked really hard to get where you are. I'll bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you've had to make? You must have worked really hard to get to where you are. Okay, so let's go with this. What are some sacrifices you've had to make? You're messing it all up again. You'll figure out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Is that personal? Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Okay, sure. Oh, you're just gonna wall me off. Oh yes, now this is working.
The game
this is
ends
his
with
life.
this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life.
He got thrown in jail.
The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Mobius Trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. Okay? What's going on? Captain, what can we do? So if my eyes were closed, like, how could I see any of this dialogue? I don't know why it happened to me too. There's a giant door and then my vision went black. You can't see anything either. What's going on? I have no idea where we are. We're gonna hit a door. Someone talk to me, tell me how to solve this. Please don't let this be forever. What the hell? What's going on? Video, I can't see anything.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
In a crash. Please don't talk to me. Oh. Oh, is it down here? Okay. I thought I was supposed to talk to them. Alright. Okay, so what's the solution? Oh, a lamppost. I am bursting with creative energy. No, that isn't truthful. Oh, wow. Oh, this is fucking wacky. Dude, this, wow. Okay. This is so silly. Where do I go? Oh, right there. Speak something honest. Okay, I can't keep making these. Yes, that's it. That's the truth. I don't feel
like
it anymore.
I said, I was getting concerned.
I'm out of ideas.
First off,
it's draining
he's
me.
never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking.
It's draining me.
So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore.
I thought it was going to be easy.
And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
I'm stuck in it. I have to record her. I'm stuck in it? We're going to be okay. All right. Okay.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out.
Okay.
After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
But who's counting, right? It was 2008 to 2011, so we're probably getting near the end. Hello, where am I? What is this? What is this? Oh my god, where did this island come from? How do I get out of here? There's clearly not anyone here. Skyrim? How do I get out of here? Is anyone here? Where did this island come from? Where did it come from? Is that a person? How lovely. Where? Where do you see a person? I'm completely out of ideas. When I try to create, I feel empty. I have nothing left to give to my work. Try to create, I feel empty. Oh no, what's happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. I'm trying to find this engine to protect that used to protect me to start it again. Okay. And machine, I guess. Oh. Okay. I think I know where it is. It isn't far. What? You have to take me to it. I need to see it to know it stopped. I need to see it to know why it stopped.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
I can take you to it, but there's a problem. It's guarded by a difficult puzzle. If you can help me solve the puzzle, we'll find the machine. Deal, deal. It doesn't matter what I say. Sure, deal. Done. Okay, we have these sort of Japanese gates and bridge things. Perfect, I'll show it to you.
From my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Hey, I recognize this. I've solved this puzzle before. This is easy. Does it actually? I can't do it though until I pick something, right? Hey, I've solved this puzzle before. Can you tell me how to do it? First you have to open the door. Okay, now what? And then you have to close it. Then we now just press the switch.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way.
It's so simple.
You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Okay. There's all of our answers. There's no machine here, just words on some walls. There's no machine here. Trust me, you'll see. All right. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous. That you love it 100% of the time. Okay, making games is... sure, making games is easy. Wait a minute. Okay, your work is fun and easy. Making games is simple. Okay, there you go. It's a weird thing to say to someone. There's no way. But it wasn't true. Why did the walls just crumble? Don't worry about it. Just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. When I make games, I feel completely energized. It is easy. It never stops being easy. I'm constantly excited and enthusiastic about my work. Okay. It's easy. Yes, this is wonderful.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it.
Every time I make something, I feel better about myself.
It's like video games are not
just never stop creating. I'll never feel bad. It's such a simple solution.
This is someone I really cared about.
Perfect.
And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
No, this is helping. I'm gonna vomit. Please, where's the machine? Where's the machine? You have to trust me. Alright. I didn't choose a TV with surround sound. That's interesting. Continue. Pain breezes effortlessly off me. Any sacrifices made for my work are worth it 100% of the time. Sure. Yes, more. Keep going.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it.
There is no shame, no fear, no guilt.
I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
I will be saved by my work. I believe this unquestioningly. I'm a vessel for certainty. I will be saved by my work. Okay. Oh, is the machine over here? No, it's a lamppost. Oh, it's the... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who's that?
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months
Who's the chick on the couch?
Comes up with a new game.
Whoa, this is... I was not expecting this out of this game. This is pretty wild. Okay. Wow. Yard. Man, I'm glad to see you've arrived safely. Wait. We captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You may begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quiet. I intend to be quiet. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press who might have a bit of attention on this one. There's one more thing you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. Uh-huh. Yeah. Holy fuck. What? Whoa. So we're getting into some like Pink Floyd The Wall territory here as well.
And of course, it's the machine.
You stopped. You stopped feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. You stopped feeding us. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you put them through? It was only because of your creations that any of us can make it through every day. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? Okay, let's pick that one. Only because of your creation we make it through the day. Okay. Here's what needs to happen. You need to go to the people who are out there and apologize to them. You have to admit to the people that you allowed them to suffer. I've been so long. Okay, yeah, go apologize. Go apologize. No, nothing. Think carefully and not hurt you. I have seen the thing you fear. I have seen the thing you fear. Alright then, I will speak to them for you. My followers, my friends, my followers. It falls on me to deliver bad news. I have a troubling revelation. It falls on me to deliver bad news. The machine will not apologize to us. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. The machine will not apologize. But that is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. Not important. We're stronger than it thinks we are. Let us pay it retribution. Let us show it that we are not failures. Follow me. We will destroy the machine. Follow me, we will destroy everything that the machine has created. Well, I mean, some of the stuff might still be useful. I mean, why are those the only two choices? I don't like, why are we doing that? I guess we'll destroy the machine. I guess we won't destroy the machine. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay, this isn't precise enough. Let's try again.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it.
Well, let
because
me
it would
try.
never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Okay, I don't have enough. This isn't, it's just not, okay, fine. I was gonna draw a gigantic dick.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Put down your weapon. I don't have a weapon. How do I...
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good.
How do I put
that I
down?
am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work,
I can't put it
there's
down.
nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my
I guess we can
friend.
only just shoot this
I
thing.
did something... I really felt like I'd done something good. Like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
Okay.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
All right.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. This room actually has a maze in it.
No, not a maze.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Now. That's silly. Why would... Oh, God. That's not good game design.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable.
True.
Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
Yeah.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Bro, come on. Ah. Dude.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Okay.
I can open this door for you, so
Thanks.
Let me do that.
Yeah, do that. So did this guy like get all the code for this? Is that what we're supposed to get out of this? He's got all of his pals' code, maybe?
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them...
Why are those stairs there?
I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to
Weird.
get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
Interesting. The lighting on this is super, super interesting.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed.
Okay. They both go to the same. Yep. Okay.
Where did I screw up?
Dear Davey, thank you for Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games.
Making games, aren't I?
I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore.
I poisoned it for you.
Dear Davey, thank you. Wow. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore. It's not signed, though.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I am making these games for you. I mean, I could kind of see that's where it was gonna go.
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere, hidden between games. So I guess we're supposed to see if they're all connected somehow, and I guess maybe that is the common link. If there was an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe. Good God, they're all fucking head cases. Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them. Wait, what?
And then you stopped. And I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Would you simply let them be what they are? When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. True, I mean, yeah. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I mean, so that is completely correct as far as the creative process. Like everybody that creates knows that there will be peaks and valleys, lulls and all that kind of stuff. And everything you make is not going to be great. For me, what I tried to do for a very long time, and I mean, I still try in a lot of respects, even with the video essays, which is, I guess, kind of the main thing more or less these days, is to get what is in your head out of your head translated as closely as possible to the vision that's in your head. And it's varying success. Like that was actually how Prince described the way that he did songs as well. And you almost never get it exactly that way. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet, which is fine. You're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and you make peace with that thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again. Like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Is that the end? Oh, no. Whoa. Okay, so we're looking straight up. Okay.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
So this is some sort of, almost looks like a transit hub of some sort. Probably, I mean, it's definitely giving out train station vibes. I don't know what this actually is, though. Or maybe like gigantic courthouse. Okay, yeah, we are right. It was a train station. This reminds me a little bit of Painkiller. One of the Painkiller games I played that had a train hub in it. Can I go on this train? Oh, whoa, we have invisible walls. Well, let's see what's in that train. We'll get back to you, don't worry. Does it say anything? No. Yeah, this is cool. I dig it. Wasn't there a movie that had something like this too? The Talented Mr. Ripley or something like that. I think was vaguely similar to the whole attaching or impersonating thing.
Solution.
Whoa. That's a pretty crazy left turn.
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed.
Oh man, look at this guy.
Maybe he just likes making prisons.
The broken trying to fix the non-broken.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Sand in this room. Or gravel or something. Okay. All right, I guess let's go see what's over here.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like. What now? I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make
You
up for.
promised.
So I'm
No.
just gonna...
No.
Okay.
Okay. So what are we doing here? Guess we're meant to go up these. All right. Uh-oh. Okay. Ah, jail cell. Nice. Yeah, okay, cool. This is a pretty interesting title. Like, it was definitely not what I was expecting. Oh, here we go. Here's the lightning thing at the end. Game over, buddy, huh? Oh no, we're sending. Oh, God. Could you imagine? The worst of all possible worlds. Fucking maze like this. God. Take you a fucking rest of your life to solve bullshit like this. Can we move anywhere? No. Okay. I guess, oh, is it, there's two light sources, okay. So which one do we look at? I guess they're the same, it's just mirrored. Alright.
Turn back. Turn
Or
back
R.
from this cave.
Is this supposed to be an actual true story?
You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going.
Huh. ding me for copyright. Actually, I'll just if this song does, I'll just kill it. I'll just delete it off the VOD. You hear that? Try to ding me for copyright. This song is gone.
So turn back. Turn back.
Okay, that was the beginner's guide. And I don't think we need to do anything more with that. But I do my mouth is getting a tad sore, so I'm not going to be streaming much longer, but I do want to go take a little look here, and let's see here. So maybe we'll take a look at wait, there's a DLC is the soundtrack. Let me take a look at the store page. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so the story of a person struggling to deal with something they do not understand, which I think is pretty accurate. I think that is correct. I don't know if it's let me see here. I'm just curious to see so I think the idea with this game is that he's doing this this is really brilliant. Actually, like, this is one of the smartest games in terms of subtext and how it's written and presented that I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it is fucking amazing because we have our finger on so many things all at the same time. Like, there's a lot of references to so the Chris Reedon thing, that is and isn't the actual person in real life, right? It's not, it is and it isn't the same guy. Just like Philip Roth is and it was and wasn't Nathan Zuckerberg, or Zuckerman rather, Nathan Zuckerman. He was and wasn't him, and he was and wasn't a separate character that he named Philip Roth. And so it's actually several layers deep about, you know, how much of something, how much of themselves an artist is putting out there into it. And sometimes there is not meaning to things. And sometimes people will project meaning where there isn't any to be projected. And a lot of it will be the case of, is there truth in this? Because to a degree, there is always some truth in art, but it is more often conceptual than literal. And a lot of people can't process that. A lot of people can't understand that in a strict sense, in a visceral sense. They need something to be a lot blacker and a lot whiter without subtext and without deeper meanings that may not be necessarily obvious. And this game is trying to say a lot of things all at once. The gameplay itself is I guess kind of entertaining. Because there's this guy, and that was one of the big things that I think for some players, for non-artist players, I feel like they would be a lot more immersed in this, because I think if you're an artist and you're a creator in particular, it is difficult to resonate with the narrator, because the narrator is not understanding things correctly. And then you start to look at it like my own experiences as well. There was a lot of times when myself and a former friend were like trading songs back and forth. He didn't have the means to produce them, and I did. So I would, have a lot of instrumentation and so on and so forth. And I'd burn a demo and, like here's this kind of thing. And then he might write a song based off of that idea, but all he could do was play it for me with guitar, like usually electric guitar, but electric guitar and vocals, and that was it. Like he didn't have any of the means otherwise to fully realize whatever it is, but he wasn't writing bass parts, he wasn't writing drum part, he wasn't writing any of that stuff. So when it kind of came down to record, like I would fill those in. I would write something that was relative, to the keys and time signatures he was using. But like a lot of the times I wouldn't have access, or actually if he was the guy, he wouldn't have had access to be able to modify, like for instance, in the case of the maze, like you would have to have code and able to be able to put a bridge in and do that gap sort of a thing. And at that point, it's not that guy's game anymore, and in some ways, like there were songs of his that I remixed entirely. I actually rewrote them more to the point, but like doing a remix, I actually just rewrote the entire thing. And I added in a little intro, a little bridge section that weren't there in his composition. And that was always something that he had intended, though. Like whoever is playing it is supposed to contribute to the actual creation of the song itself. He didn't have it fixed in his mind. Whereas I, on the other hand, would have things very fixed, and it'd be like, that part doesn't go there. If it was something better, it might be something I would incorporate, but most of the time it wasn't. It was shittier. And a lot of that, though, of course, is a matter of it's subjective. So I think like the nature of art, if you're coming at this, like I'm playing this game, you can't separate being an artist if you're an artist, right? You can't separate being a creator if you just are all the fucking time. And so you look at it but that was always the thing. I was like, okay, so if he's showing him these games, did you decompile? Like, where did you get all this stuff? It's like, okay, it's a source engine. So then you just decompiled it and then added in all this other, you know what I mean? Like to me, it's just like, this is a really weird thing to do if you want someone to experience the games. And you can see as this guy is progressively getting up this Coda guy's ass. And Coda, by the way, is a really interesting word to choose. If you're not familiar with it, Coda is a musical term. And it was like the final Led Zeppelin album was called that as well. So it means something very specific, which is a concluding section of some kind. It means the end. And so calling yourself Coda is a really odd thing to do. And but you could see the games are getting progressively less and less geared for an audience, and then which I think goes into the idea of creating art for art's own sake, which is what Coda in this case was trying to do the entire time. And the other guy just didn't get it. So there's all this thrown into it, be like, this is unplayable. This is like, what are you doing? Why aren't you making this for people to enjoy? Why aren't you making this for people to be able to interact with and stuff? And he's making fucking art pieces. And art is art for art's own sake. It doesn't need to be necessarily having an adoring audience gaga for it. Like, it's still, our art exists for art's own sake. And the other person, very clearly not being an artist, just never could appreciate the work in that light. So it was it's really, really brilliant how it's done, but it wasn't something I was able to get immersed in because the narrator very quickly becomes like borderline psychotic with stuff, and it's like, the one that's actually damaged, the one that is in need of the help, is trying to be the one that is saving someone or something that is not in need of that. And it becomes this really interesting psychological profile of how that goes. It's like, I resonated a lot more strongly with the Coda guy. Like, I got a lot of what he was doing, and he definitely was a lot more like I'm a little bit more regimented and stuff. My former friend would be more like Coda, where he's just doing all this wild experimental stuff. But I always wanted it to be, I didn't want it to be experimentalism for the sake of experimentalism. Like, I wanted a result, some sort of tangible vision to emerge from stuff. So, and he was just like very freeform, very, like Grateful Dead. Let's just get ripped and see what happens. And to me, what happens a lot of the time with that is that you play it back the next day and you're like, wow, this sounds like we're basically a high school band, like tuning our fucking instruments for the first time. But, I mean, some people dig more of that other stuff, and that's fine too. It's just like, that's just not me. That's not my personality. But it's really interesting too, how the narrator is very, very intent on exerting control over things. I think that is also just a really fascinating aspect to this entire thing. So, not really the game I was expecting, but it is brilliant on many, many, many levels. It is, I guess it's not quite navel gazy, but it is definitely in that sort of almost introspective, self-examining thing, just based on how it's presented with the narrator and stuff. So very, very cool game though. I like games like this, and a lot of people are going to say, well, it's not, you can't really call it a game because you can't really do anything to change any of the outcomes. It is very much on rail. That part is true. And there's, I don't think there's there's no achievements at all for it. So it's yet another game for, it's another game among many that I played that don't have achievements tied to it, which I was kind of wondering. It seemed like it would be really incongruous with what the tone they were trying to go with the game if they attempted to do that, but they definitely didn't. So yeah, I mean, it's very well orchestrated, like just a tremendous job. I mean, what can I say? It's extremely well done. But I'm not gonna jump into another game today. Like I said, my mouth is resuming being kind of twitchy after the little tetchy after the beating it took yesterday. So we're going to call it here, but I appreciate everyone who swung by. Definitely, if you like very thought experimenty, I guess, type games, this is certainly the beginning. The beginner's guide is definitely one to take a look at. You can usually get it for not very much money, like it's $10 new. I got it for I think a couple bucks on a sale, and very two of the best dollars I've spent for sure. But we'll be back tomorrow with R4, which is Ridge Racer Type 4. Well, that'll be the racing game tomorrow night. I don't know when I'm going to be getting on. I'm itching to play a racing game. So it probably will be, I might start a little bit sooner. I'm not quite sure how that game is going to go with the beers. I'm hoping I can get back to that, but it is very, very possible I will be on break from that for another week or so, but we'll see. But I appreciate everyone who swung by for this one or who has checked out the VOD later. And I hope to see you all for the next one. But until that time.